Oh, boy. How is the school in the spring? What's the name of it? The Union Spring High School? No, Union Spring School. Oh, yeah, that, yeah, that. Is that the big one still? Yes. Gonna go.
Wow. Is it like,
You got a
oh,
meeting
they have
here?
their own balance. Mhm.
Which way is this going? Your way?
Year one. Okay. Yeah, somebody's gonna crash it down.
Right?
Almost.
I will call it in order. Everybody is cool. Turn over one. Reading it, we have a quorum, reading and approval of minutes of the previous meeting. What? Okay. Discussion, addition, correction? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Bill, communication?
Okay, we have a whole bunch of bills. So we've got our monthly NYSERD, which is $202.82. The monthly, interest on the loans, 1583.33. I think we have 3 more payments on the interest, and then we'll be done. We have the, Rebellis Consulting Fee, 4166.66. We've got an annual subscription to Zoom, which is $149.90. We paid the appraisal people, Colliers, down payment for them to appraise the properties, and that's $4,250. We have an invoice from Highlander for $433,062. I have 3 invoices from Harris Beach, one for $8,605.64, one for $11,237.50, one for $4,370.03. We have 2 invoices from Galvado Law Firm, one for $3,067. The other one, the total invoice is for $7,868.50. Of that, $1,250 is for reimbursable. We're opening up QuickBooks Online, which for the first 3 months is going to cost $45 a month. So we've got the first month of that. I've got Springside on here, but we won't know what the amount is until after we're all done. We've got membership to the Chamber of Commerce for $325, and our 4th quarter payment. Oh, that's got the wrong date on it. It's for 4th quarter of 2023. That's $7,500, and that will be our last payment on that.
Yeah.
You? Favor. Aye. Oh. Carry. Okay, you, like you want to take your lunch, and then we want to grab that.
No, I can start right now, so, Plenty of activity over this last month. Aside from general year-end traffic as we've been having, well as operational. He and I have been working on a great deal of that there. We've also had several inquiries from developers and companies for IDA land and benefits. Three just over the last 2 weeks here, both inside the park and for other properties as well. Looking to have more substantive updates to the board as those conversations progress towards formal application. Hopefully over the next month here. Our projected project pipeline for 2024 at the moment is between 300 to 400 million based on all the projects we have companies interested in working with IDA going next year. So that promises to be a very busy year on already very successful 2023 year. Part of that has been making sure that our property appraisal is updated. So we're in the process of that. Hopefully that will be done towards mid to late January. I'll be happy to share that once that is here. We do have Mark on the line to provide an update on the sewer project here. That's moving along. Still waiting for the EDA to process our first initial disbursement request. I'm working with second disbursement request and looking to have that submitted over the next couple of days here. And I believe you've already discussed at length what we're looking to be accomplishing starting in January for IDA operations. So I'll leave it at that there, but happy to have anything ready.
Looking for the director. Where's he on the generator?
Yeah, so I don't know if we wanted to wait until.
Can you guys hear me by chance?
Hey, Mark.
Yes. Want me to respond back to the generator question? We're still looking at August of 2024 for delivery of the generator. They actually checked that probably 2 weeks ago or so and verified that delivery date still. They're still hoping that it's going to be a little bit sooner than that, but right now it's still the August date.
That's on my phone. Or are we with the company?
Here's kind of a snapshot of where we're at right now. All of the underground piping has been put in. The vault, the pump station, all that has been placed and installed. The pumps are have been delivered. The pump stands, I should say, have been delivered, and the pumps are actually there today. I do believe, at least at Highlander's shop. And they're going to be taking, they typically take a week off between Christmas and New Year's. They're going to be doing that. This year's will too, but they'll be getting back at it after the new year with installing all the internal piping of both the pump station pit and the valve pit itself. So really the items that are left to be done are to button up the manhole connection on the far end towards the Auburn end of things where we tied into that existing manhole, get the valve pit set, the pump station pit set, and then the electrical service as well too, which the electrician's been working on that as well too, trying to get that ready to roll and get it going. I'm hearing bits and pieces of that. I can't hear everything with that.
Albert.
What's that, Michael?
Albert.
I still can't make that out.
Albert.
Oh, the culverts. I spoke with, and I can't think of the gentleman's name, through email, a couple weeks ago. He was from the soil water conservation. He was getting that scheduled to be put in fairly soon. I don't think that work has not been done yet, though. Rick, I love your sweater.
No, wow. Okay. Replacement.
What you said about the month update for now?
Mike, were you all set with everything yesterday as far as those motions, was there anything else that came?
We'll say that, Amy, just before the meeting, we down, leaning forward, copied and boxed in to care of the foundation, questions related to help with basic features. So I know we had a motion yesterday about all of that, but I don't see any harm at least.
No, that would be great.
Okay, so I'll act on that. Aaron's.
No, she was just saying that would,
Okay.
that'd be wonderful.
I did also hear back from Aaron McMahon from McMahon IT Solutions this morning. So we'll be moving forward with him for the entire email and ID server set up. Hopefully you can have that wrapped up before year end. I think we're in a pretty good place. That's work out.
Great, that's great.
So I think propane will be built in our life.
But it may be made available where we are.
There may be.
Right, might want to do a report.
We do have going into January through the end of the first quarter is we have our financial audit. We also have all of our business reporting by the end of March. So the reports are going to start going out within a couple of weeks. We're all IBA beneficiaries to complete their reports. We also have our January pilot going. Our fall pilot going is done later here. Everything has been sent out, received, and first.
No, that's fine.
Yeah. So I'm fairly fast here. So I would like to move on to the third report.
Okay, well, needless to say, financially, you're still in a pretty good place right now. We're getting interest, a few $1,000s a month on the money market that we opened up. This is where I should be able to find it. So in November, we got $3,617 in interest, and that was on the short-term money market that we have down at Cuba Lake Bank. So for this year, through the end of November, we've gotten $13,990 in interest on investments, which we had budgeted about $1,200 based on prior years, so, that's a pretty good thing, yeah.
I would want.
Took a big jump, yeah. And, I mean, we obviously have a pretty positive bottom line for the year. Our net income through November for this year is $941,513.27. There wasn't anything really big in November. We sort of did all the big stuff back in October, but, so now we're just kind of cruising and paying bills till something else pops up. And yeah, all of the pilots went very well. So everybody paid pretty quickly in terms of getting the money back, which is nice. I'm still waiting for a third of ADA people to send their money in. So your guys did a good job.
The motion to approve the treasury report. Discussion. Great job. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. Sewer line, right?
We did the sewer line, we do have an update from our meeting yesterday related to the water line. Yeah, just briefly, thanks, Michael. Justin and I had a conversation offline. You signed, he's asking, Tim Carpenter to make a few changes to the proposal, for the, this document, called the proposal labeled Milk Water Main Project. I'm going to recommend that the board make a motion to, authorize the chairman or executive director to co-sign the MRB group proposal for a water line extension, subject to return approval. Some of the changes were discussed yesterday, but just for brevity, I'll just mention a few. That the proposal is going to be to both the Water and Sewer Authority and the IDA, with compensation obligations from to the Water and Sewer Authority for remittance. We tweaked some of the seeker language. We're gonna be tweaking some of the seeker language in the agreement. And some other, we're not dealing with the amount of the proposal, we're dealing with just making the proposal consistent with some of our concerns, in particular some of Justin's concerns. Now that it's a joint agreement. So if it please, and then I can send Justin's email, summary to everybody, so we preserve the attorney-client privilege. I'll send it to everybody later today, but if we could have a motion to authorize the chairman or executive director to sign the engineering services proposal from MRB group, subject to attorney approval.
That's so that I understand, which I don't understand, like, who pays for that? Does the Water and Sewer Authority?
Yes.
Okay. That's what my concern was, so that we have a meeting tomorrow and we can do us paying for that.
Yeah, hopefully, what I'm hoping is that hopefully that we've asked for, this board hopefully will approve it today with changes as recommended by council, and then the Water and Sewer Authority can approve it at our 1 o'clock, at the 1 o'clock meeting of the Water and Sewer Authority tomorrow.
I would move to approve.
Thank you.
Second. Thank you. I'd like to have, executive director, time. Yes, that's fine. It's all right with you, Mike.
Vice Chair.
Discussion. Roll call vote. Thank you.
Mr. Lattimore,
Yes.
Mr. Shea,
Yes.
Mr. Lockwood,
Abstain, please.
Mr. Marshall,
Yes.
Ms. Pino.
Yeah.
Mr. Rottenflash.
Yes.
Thank you. And I think.
Most of the water and the food
Very good. Good to see everybody. Good to see you. How are you guys? How's everything? I already shook his hand. You got him real. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, that's so nice. Thank you. How's the service? Oh, I just checked. So, I know, so Lisa, we were just talking, and she's coming up on 40 years. Oh my. 40. And she's even said I've outlasted over. So, yeah, we're fortunate. Yeah. Easy. Well, we've been here for 24 years, 24 and a half. Oh, wow. It goes that fast. Did anybody notice that? This thing goes quick. I know, I'm catching on to that. All right, well, great to see you. Great Christmas.
Doesn't seem like time goes flying. Time goes fast. You didn't you get time flies. Fast. Yes, ma'am. My brother said he was doing something. Then they go to school and then you turn around and look and they're just like that. So let it know. So what do I know?
Tomorrow hired an engineer to design it, and that will give us permission to, what we need to get permission from both these before the project. That's the engineer for the water and sewer authority. So he'll have that for tomorrow.
I am.
Tomorrow's gonna come pretty soon.
You're gonna call later.
You were going to have, and maybe I just missed things, because I don't hear that well. Absolutely. Did you have the agreement for Katie?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I didn't look at that.
So, do it now. I do have some money. If I get it.
No, I have to do it on that.
Justin prepared, helping agreement for Katie, with scope of services. I had a couple minor revisions, Mike had revisions, we've done it, and we've done it final. I think Michael, myself, and Justin are okay with.
Are you okay with it?
I believe she was going to send it to her brother for approval,
When you approve it.
but. That's why we have.
Well, we would accept.
I'm a little worried about the IT stuff in it. You guys are kind of crazy if you think I can take care of your IT.
You mentioned that.
That's awful good. That's how we should work together.
And we have an effective 1/1/24, even before you said that.
You made the motion.
Yes.
I'll second.
Okay, second, that we took the agreement with Katie. The discussion.
Yeah, I think to Katie's point, if there's any changes she wants to make, you know.
We will approve it with her changes as long as Mike and the attorney agree with those. Is that all right?
Yes, yes, and so the motion would encompass.
And he's been email.
All in favor?
I,
Oh. Good, Katie. Thank you.
So if we jump around a little bit, so I think here, Katie from the Secretary Treasurer Service Agreement, reminder, board evaluation, we bring your packet last month. I think we got them for today separately.
You said you had them, I didn't have them.
We put all these on first. I'm gonna get what last one. Yes. Three of you completed them, the rest of you complete them, so I will send those out or, people will send them out to you, we need them by next, board meeting. So I can come up with what the board is basically saying by yourself and how you're doing it. Some of our items for new business year, two things in particular is officer nominations, and we also have a resolution ratifying prior adopted policy.
Yes, Mr. Director, we decided to stay with the same candidates we have, Mr. Lockwood, Paul, and John.
I'll second that.
Good. Mr. Rockwood?
Yeah.
Mr. Ryan?
Yes.
Ms. Dino?
Yes.
Mr. Lattimore?
Yes.
Motion?
Yes.
And we also, we also decided to keep with the same, standards.
Right,
Move
so
that.
I'll go over a couple of the high points on the resolution.
Somebody second that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that includes the agency bylaws, agency compensation, reimbursement, attendance policy, work ethics, whistleblower policy, investment policy, travel policy, procurement, defense, and indemnification. This also includes agency and extension of credit, property disposition guideline, audit and finance committee charter, and governance committee charter. The current committee charter for those two include Mr. Lockwood, Mr. Latnish, and Mr. Marshall for audit and finance. And for governance, that includes Mr. Ryan Flesh, Mr. Lattimore, and Ms.
I think someplace in there, we also should approve our two attorneys and our engineer. Can we lump them into that?
Well, I think the attorneys, it's not called out here, but that's the practice. I think we did that last year as well. And then Mark, I think we have to do on a piece by piece basis. Looking at our attorney to verify that.
You can, you're fine, yes, you can, and for Mark, you can have him be your, recognize him as your engineer with the understanding that any work he does is typically under a scope of services for a particular project.
Rather than stating that, I'll leave it
Like that.
Mr. Galvano as your general counsel, Mr. Justin Miller as your transaction counsel. Your acting executive director being myself, and your acting secretary treasurer being Kathleen Keating Moran. And with all of that said, this will require a roll call.
So moved and seconded. Is there discussion? All in favor?
Aye. Opposed? Well, did you need a roll call?
Yeah, Mike said we
Sorry.
should.
Mr. Lattimore?
Yes.
Guy?
Yes.
Mr. Lockwood?
Yes.
Yes,
Mr. Marshall?
yes.
Ms. Pino?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. I don't think there's need for executive session.
Yeah,
I think we should discuss this a little bit. I think Steve and you came up with the property just outside of Newport that you might be interested in. Is
I
anything
can give you an
progressed?
update on that, so Steve and I and other members from the, site selection committee had met, with the property owner and tours the property. I reached back out to that property owner expressing the interest of the IDA and said property. And inquired to their interest of, what purchase price would look like there. Because the property, while, held majority and one of the owners' names is also split amongst siblings. And was hoping to reconnect with me starting at the beginning of 2024 after that time to discuss it. That's the high and low from that one property there. I had made some other inquiries to some properties that Mr. Lynch had identified in the town center. I had not heard back on that. But honestly, I've had a little trouble tracking down the phone number. Some of these contacts there. But I'm going to continue working. And,
You did not come up with any proposed price on that roof.
I did not submit a price to that person. No.
I'll have to learn in.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Sorry.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're very much. I like that. My thinking is there's going to be a great deal of sentimental value into it. A lot of family history with the property as well as adjacent property.
No, I'm all set. Thank
Is there
you.
any conversation about splitting up the property between the property, west of 34 and east of 34?
Yes.
Mike did discuss that part of that is not very developable, but I would think we would be willing to discuss that with the owners and do it the way that they wanted to do it. So we could let them have the core part of it, or if they insisted on selling all of it, we would find something else to do. What my view would be.
That's a good clarifying point. In my original note to the property owner, I had expressed our interest in one side versus the other. And I responded saying they would most likely only be selling it as a whole.
I think we could live with that if the price was. If I remember right,
The seat's open right at the head. Anybody want coffee? I'm gonna grab some.
if I remember correctly, there was a discussion about water. And the Eastport sewer system had been redone and was adequate, but there may not be water there. Is that
That's true. It's just outside the village itself, but within striking distance.
But I've been very anxious for several years for us to buy some property as we've been selling all that we currently own. I would like to proceed with that if we could, and I think we could, if the village needed us to, we could run water down North Street to get to it.
The other, didn't you say it's a water line? Someone across the property. Are you talking about the cell property?
Bowden, is that not the name?
The farm. It's just, I couldn't mention.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's not.
Do that all the time.
No, I do it too. There's nobody here that. That's where we put it. Oh. I'm gonna hang up.
So, but a lot of the property I've worked with
Motion to go into executive session, that's so moved. All in favor?
Aye.
It was to discuss their property.
That's smart. Very good. That's good. Comes around.